once again, let's get stuck into Inktober, and the first one in this video is day 9 and throw. Now, I actually brought an old character in from last Inktober, and it's the Extreme Boy, and he was featured in Inktober 2019. He was day 19 Sling, and I wanted to bring him back into this year's Inktober, and he is doing more extreme things. So this time he is throwing a ball to his new pet, monster dog looking creature, which I had just created. And yeah, it's got 2 eyes on its head on either side, so it's got 4 eyes, and then it's got these like anglerfish type little antennas with extra eyes. So all up it's got like 6 eyes, and he is loving his new pet. So he is throwing a ball up for him to catch, and he's playing with him. Now, what I like to do with this little guy, and I've sort of come up with a story for him, and I think I'm going to continue him across all the Inktobers in the future as well. He is an extreme guy. He likes to do really stupid stuff and really extreme stuff. And he has purchased this monster, so that's like as the extreme pet, and he only plays and does things at night. Because why not? Nighttime is probably the scariest and the worst time to do things. For one, you can't see what's going on, and 2, it's dark, it's kind of freaky. So this young fella likes to live his life on the edge. So this is what I came up with for throw. Now this one is all just black and white, and I used a little bit of the glitter black in the background for that arc, because I made an appearance back with that arc again, which was like the one last year, because it's just like his signature kind of thing. And I did the sky in that arc, the glittery black from the ink set. But it didn't really sort of stand out a great deal, and it sort of got lost in translation. So this whole piece just looks like it's been done with just the black ink that doesn't have the glitter in it. But yeah, so that's where that black ink went to. It went into just that arc in the background, that arch in the background, and tried to sort of then I had to go in and try and separate the monster dog from the background. And this piece was just a little bit of a shitstorm in certain areas because it was just so black everywhere. But in the end, it's okay. Once again, it's not my favorite piece, but it does the job, and it gets the message across and the story across of the extreme boy. So yeah, I will leave you with that to watch the rest of the prompt. Next prompt up is day 10, and it's hope. Now, this one I sort of went in a bit more of a darker direction because this is the first thing that popped into my head when it came to hope. And this one is of life, basically. It is an hourglass that's filled with sand and it's slowly running out. And this little creature is basically climbing up a ladder, and he's got heaps of buckets filled with the sand that's in the hourglass, but the hourglass at the bottom has a crack, it has a bit of a hole in it, and it's spewing out the sand from the bottom. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to put the sand back in the bucket, run it up the ladder, and trying not to let the hourglass run out, in hope that his life or time itself will not stop. And basically, once this thing loses all its sand, everything ceases to exist. So this one is a very sort of deep and dark one. It's just of a hope that he can, you know, keep up his agility and his stamina to keep going up that ladder and filling this hourglass so his life doesn't end and time itself does not end. So all hope is, you know, is resting on this poor little creature trying to keep everything alive and going. So that is that for this piece. Basically, the gist of this one is, you know, time will run out eventually. We don't have forever, but the only thing that we can do is hope that we can, you know, prolong our lives and prolong certain things so we can get the most out of them, and that it's not cut short, and we you know, can live a really full and fulfilling life. And that's basically what this is about. So yeah, very deep, I know. I wasn't really sure what accent color I was going to use for this piece, but when I looked at my ink set, I thought, well, it's kind of like sand, so we'll run with the yellow. And what I really liked about this, and it was kind of like a little bit of a happy accident with this, was when I put the yellow ink down on the sand part, and then what I did is I went back over that once it had dried with the black ink to just showcase that the sand is, you know, inside the hourglass. So I didn't want it to be like it's I want it to be like it's in there. So I went back over it, and most inks are permanent. You can't lift them back up, but these inks, you can, if you go back over them, lift a certain amount of the ink back up again. So when I went over it, as you can see, it sort of smudged it a bit and made the yellow very swirly around inside. But then I sort of thought, it kind of works because it actually looks really cool. It looks like a glow. So it was a happy accident in that respect. But yeah, this one's quite cute, but it's quite deep, and it's quite a little bit sad and a little bit deep. So yeah, that was well, this is my one for day 10 hope. Final illustration in this video today is day 11, and the prompt word is disgusting. Now, I could have ran in so many directions with this one. Like, I sort of got a brain overload with ideas when it came to this, but I kept this one very simple. I did indeed. And this one is just of a really munted monster type zombie. And what he's doing is he's rotting. He's really decaying pretty bad. But before he goes, he is reaching out to the viewer and trying to infect you with his disgusting disease of zombiness, and trying to turn you into a zombie with these pussy sores and these sores all over his head that are just leaking this disgusting oozy green shit coming from them. And then once I had coloured him in, I did a little bit of a stank cloud. So there's like this cloud behind him, like this rotting, disgusting stench, like this this odour that would just knock you down if you smelt it. And yeah, this one's just, yeah, as the prompt words suggest, it is disgusting. So that's what I did for this one, and I decided to use the Monster Green coloured ink for this one, for all his little pussy sores and all the ooze and that for this. And yeah, this one's quite a simple one, but I really do like this one. This one is a really a really good one that I personally like. It's one of my favourites so far. So we're getting through them. Hopefully you guys are traveling well with your Inktober. I am still battling with this cold of mine, and my voice is still a bit crappy, but yeah, it's nowhere near to what it was when I first got it, which I'm happy I sort of got it in between the recordings, well, the voiceovers, I should say, of doing all of these, getting them ready for each upload day. So I've had a little bit of time to get over this and recover, but yeah, it's hanging around, and yeah, it's giving me a lot of sinus pain, sinus headaches, but yeah, it'll go away. But it's like the worst time that could happen is during Inktober, when I need to concentrate. But anyway, first world problems. Yeah, so that is it for this video, and obviously I'll see you guys in the next one, which will be 4 more prompts in the next video of Inktober. Bye.